Hello everybody, we are live from my house. Is anybody out there? Can you all hear me? Hi there. All right, here we are, live from my house. I'm wearing makeup and put on proper clothes for the first time in 4 days. Hi Marina, hi Judy, how are you Judy? So I tried this Facebook Live from my laptop and it didn't work, technical failure. So here we are, this is my house. And I apologize if my dog barks. This is Lola. Say hello, Lola. And if my children come and disturb, this is now the new reality. This is the new normal. Everyone's talking about this being the new normal. And this is definitely the new normal. Okay, so guys, for those of you who are watching, we're talking about how to use this as an opportunity to grow your business. So how are you going to use what's happening in today's day and age as an opportunity to grow your business? So I'm just picking up Lola so she can sit on my lap. Okay, so I'm in the same boat as you. I've got clients who have cancelled their budgets, reduced their budgets, cut their budgets, and I'm like, this is the wrong time to be cutting your budget. This is the opportunity to increase your budget and to really strategize ways to reach your audience in a different way. So somebody that I really respect yesterday gave me a call and said, what if the situation stays like this for the rest of time, for the rest of, what if everything changes? What if it doesn't go back to normal? And I think, I'm quite an optimistic, pathologically optimistic person. So it hadn't actually crossed my mind that things were going to change forever potentially and never revert back to the way that they were. So I'm going to pose that question to you now. What if this is the way it's going to be moving forward? What if there is no going back to the way things are? What if we stuck in our houses forever? But I actually think that if you start, once you've had your panic attack, take a deep breath and start to think of, okay, what are the opportunities that I can turn this into? So how can I turn this into an opportunity? So this is what this chat is all about. Like, how can we actually make this an opportunity? So I wrote an article the other day, thanks to Kayla for her inspiration. And basically, I just covered, okay, so what are the most important things? I think something very small and very practical that I can encourage you to do is to set up a proper workspace. So make sure that you have a decent home office. If you have kids, you've got challenges, and you get up, set your alarm for the same time, wake up, put on decent clothes, brush your teeth, shower, make sure that you're sitting at your desk and that you're productive from day one, and switch off the TV, put down your phone, social media. You may not be a very a disciplined person at home, and you're not used to being disciplined at home. So as an entrepreneur or as a business owner and you're now working from home, number one, make sure you have a proper digital workspace. So I saw that there's this challenge going around on Instagram, to show off your workspace. So I encourage you to take a photo, post it on the WhatsApp, on this Facebook group, and let's share what your workspace looks like. So it should be in a quietish place, and you should be comfortable, not lounging on the couch kind of thing. Try and keep your posture upright. Okay, so that's the first thing. So secondly, I want to ask you, okay, what does your website look like? So your website has never been more important than it is today. If I look at your website, and if it was designed more than 3-4 years ago, it probably looks a little bit old and dusty and stale. And that's simply because web design changes dramatically every couple of years. So if your website looks fresh and it still has a great user experience, there's no reason to change it. We're not here to make money off of you. But if your website's old and dusty, or it's behind in the times, or potentially it doesn't turn up in Google for your keywords that people type in, then now's the opportunity to start investing in your website. So I think we all have a lot more time on our hands because we're not, driving to meetings anymore. We're not commuting anymore. So we've probably saved, personally, I've saved maybe 3 hours a day that I would have been driving to clients. Or maybe even, longer if I was flying. So as a result, we've got more time on our hands that we can actually do some of the things, the admin tasks that we haven't had a chance to do, like sit and click on your website pages. The first question I want to ask you is, what do you sell? And do you have a page called what you sell? So let's say, for example, you sell, like Judy, coffee capsules and coffee pods and coffee products. So I want to ask you, do you have a page called coffee capsules or coffee beans or coffee delivery? So make sure that you've got a page that is literally called, I'm not talking about your home page, I'm talking about so coffee capsules direct / coffee beans delivered to your home. And one of the starting places to go to is a very cool tool called Uber Suggest. It's free. And this helps you to rank in Google, page 1 of Google, to work out what people are typing in to find your product. So that's the first homework that I have for you, is let's get your website search engine optimized in this time. And it's really simple. If you've got a WordPress site, it's just maybe it's an hour or two to create a new page. Make sure that you've called it what that key search word is that in your URL. So let's say your search term that you're trying to rank for is coffee deliveries to my home. You might say your place with your website would be coffee capsules direct / coffee delivered to my home. And then your header 1 would be coffee delivered to my home. So if you go to ubersuggest.com, there's a very good, one of his very first blogs is the basics of SEO. And so take some time, maybe make one day a week your SEO and your website day, where you invest in learning about SEO and spending some time in your website optimizing it. Go to your Google Analytics that you long last looked at and see which pages are ranking in page 1 of Google, or maybe page 2 or maybe page 3 of Google, and that you can start to boost those pages with some fresh content, add some video in, add some infographics, and send it out on social media, email those pages out, take some of your older blogs that had some good traction a while ago and update them. And then as a result, what happens is Google sees that you are loving your older pages, that you're updating them, and they start to rank more. And remember, the first thing of social media is you want to answer questions, because a lot of people are typing questions in. So that's just in terms of your website. Let's just get your website optimized this time. So you've got to be very organized. What I suggest is that you book time out in your calendar for each marketing activity. So Monday is going to be website and SEO day. Tuesday, let's make it article writing day. So now let's talk about Tuesday. So Monday is websites and SEO. Tuesdays, you're going to block out an hour or two in your calendar. And let's talk about article writing, your blog. So never before has the world needed information and been hungrier for information and been more primed to learn as they are now. So people want to learn, and they've got time on their hands, and they're lonely. They want to feel connected. So you can write an article. And for me, it always starts with writing. And I am an avid reader, as you can see by some of my books in my bookshelf. And this is only some of them. I am an avid reader. And so I love to write. And my first starting point is always writing that article. So once you've searched the keyword search terms and you know exactly what people are typing into Google, you can go and write an article based on, if you want to rank. Some people don't need to rank. You don't need to be on page 1 of Google for your search terms. So you can just write what you want. But you should, there's another great tool called Answer the Public. Answer the Public will give you the questions that people are searching related to your service. Unfortunately, the free service only covers America. The paid for service will go deeper. But you can get an idea of the questions that people are asking pertaining to your service. So what I suggest that you do is, after you've gone to Uber Suggest and found the keywords, key phrases that people are typing in to find you, go to Uber Suggest to find the related questions. And then you can craft a blog with subheadings that answer these questions. So now you've written this great article. Now you pick up your phone and you're going to make a little video so your video is literally going to, you're just going to run through that article. A lot of people don't read these days and they prefer video. Most people these days are on, either YouTube videos or they're on Facebook videos. So Facebook videos are more entertaining, but YouTube videos have a beautiful space to motivate people, inspire people, as well as educate people. So if your videos, you don't have to use amazing sound. You don't have to have fantastic video production. If your content is good, then video is for you. So the simplest thing you can do when it comes to video is just make some post-it notes and put the post-it notes here in front of you as kind of like your guide or you can have your blog up in front of you as I do now. I've got this article in front of me on my computer, but I'm doing this from my phone. And then you can decide which angle to do you can do it this way or you can do it this way. Doesn't really matter. And then make that video. So just run through it quickly. Just ask yourself, what is the gist of this article? What do I want people to take away? You summarize it very, very quickly in a video format. Then you can embed that. So once you've published that to YouTube, you can pull that into your blog and it makes a blog more dynamic and more interesting. So for example, this kind of video would be amazing to be embedded into this blog because Google looks for pages that are engaging and that are interesting. So infographics, designs, images, pull in your Instagram posts. You can embed that into your blog. So all of these things are a little bit technical and maybe going to freak you out a little bit. And you might be like, I don't know how to do that. So let's start with the baby steps. Don't feel overwhelmed. I'm throwing out some baby steps and I'm throwing out some more advanced steps for you, more advanced marketers. Just do what you can do. That's the only thing that you have to worry about. So from this talk, just take away your key action points and the rest just ignore and you'll get to that with time. Okay, so Mondays is your article writing day. So let's make Tuesdays is your article writing day. Mondays is website and SEO. Let's make Wednesdays your email day. Now, guys, email marketing is one of the most neglected forms of communication in South Africa. For some reason, businesses have opted in lists, people who have subscribed and said, please communicate with me. I am begging you. And maybe it goes with the fact that people don't like to write. Not everybody's a writer. Guys, you can get articles written for really, really inexpensive. If you are not a writer yourself, you can actually find somebody who's a writer. A lot of people are writers and unemployed at this point in time and literally begging to write your articles. So you could find a journalism intern or somebody who can write for you on your Tuesday article. Just review it, make sure you're happy with it, give them the structure. And then on Wednesdays, you're going to actually create an email using MailChimp. Now, we love MailChimp. It's so easy to use. The first step of MailChimp, if you've never used it, is you have to upload a list. Now, the POPI Act, the Protection of Personal Information Act, is coming in maybe towards the end of this year. So you've got a very narrow window with your list to mail them. And you should encourage everybody to opt in. So when the POPI Act comes in, you're not going to be able to email anybody anymore. So you're going to have to get that list opted in. But if you don't start mailing that list now, you can't use it very, very soon. So email marketing, you know why I like email marketing? Because some people inquire about your products and services, but then they either become busy, or they don't have money, they can't afford it, or maybe they use a different supplier. But if you keep emailing people who've inquired at some point about your products and services, you keep emailing them, at some point they're going to come back and they're going to ping you and they're going to reach out to you. And email marketing is what keeps people warm. So if you've got a long stream of people inquiring, it's really, really important to actually keep those people warm by emailing them. So email marketing, super neglected. And guys, I want to just tell you my favorite thing about email marketing now is you don't have to do these overly designed emails. The kind of emails that work better are almost like I just wrote something to you. So something that's really important in today's marketing is authenticity. So authenticity, being genuine, being yourself, being your, letting your personality shine through in a professional way, I think is something that everybody's really looking for. Okay, so that covers moving to digital. Okay, and then let's cover social media. So let's say Thursdays is social media day. So now you've written this article, you've emailed it out, so you've got this content. So really all you need to do is take snippets from your article, and you can break that up into 5 days. Maybe you can break it up into 10 days. And as a result, you now have content for the whole month because you've created an article. So you just take like a few nuggets out. Maybe you go on Canva. So one of my favorite apps in the world is canva.com. So Canva is free for so many free templates, that you can use from Canva. And there's no excuse why you should have badly designed posts. So you just hop on Canva, you pull in some nuggets, you pull in your logo, boom, you've got a beautiful social media post. You've got something for Instagram, you've got something for Facebook. It's all automatically sized. And then you can literally just every single day post your posts, or you can start becoming a little bit more higher grade, and you can use scheduling tools like Hootsuite or Loomly. There's lots of different scheduling tools out there that different, each have slightly different features, different pricing. And what you can then do, and this is where technology really does support you, is you can schedule your whole month. So on Thursday, you've scheduled your entire month of social media posts. They're going out every single morning or at whichever time is best for your viewers, your audience. And then basically you start growing your audience that way. Okay, so now that we've worked all of that out, I want to roll back slightly and just ask you, number one, I need you to write down the following. What is your goal? What are your goals? So write that down. What do you need to achieve? Is it brand awareness? So your sales are fine. You just want people to know about you. Do you want to educate people? So maybe you've got a product that nobody knows about, you have to educate. Maybe you need sales. So write down what your goal is. Maybe you want engagement and you want to build a community. Whatever your goal is, you write that down. So your overarching goal, and then everything that you do, I want you to write down what the goal is of that thing. So if you create a blog, you need to be clear what your goal is of that blog. Is it to educate? Is it to entertain? Whatever the goal is, write that goal down. And then I need you to also be clear on who your customer is that you're targeting with this post. So anything that you create, I need to know what your target is. What is your goal of who you want to reach? Now, if you just say everyone, that's too broad. I need you to be specific because people have different needs, and the more targeted your post can become, the more relevant it is. So let's say you decide, I'm only going to target this post to this customer segment of mine, or this article goes to this customer segment. It's going to be very relevant. But if you're not clear who you're writing to or who you're creating this post for, it's going to be very broad, very generalized, and it's going to be a little bit of a waste. It's not going to appeal to anybody. So be very, very specific in your posts and in everything that you do. And then I want to ask you, what's your budget? So if you have no money, you can completely do this yourself. And there's so many tools that are for free. Most of the platforms are free. You can do this yourself. So once you know those three things, then it's easier to work out what your platforms are that you're going to work on. So let's say that on Fridays you do ads. Now, Facebook ads are some of the cheapest online ads out there. but it does mean that you do get a bit of rubbish in the net. So Facebook's not expensive. The ads are usually not very expensive to run. And even if you just spend 500 Rand a month on ads, you should be able to get some results in to get you new customers. So you need to work out how much you can afford to spend on a customer. So once you know how much you can afford to spend on getting one new customer, you can work backwards to see how much money you should spend in terms of your ads. But usually when I meet a client and they say to me, I need sales, there's only one answer for that. It's ads. So if you want sales, let's do ads. Content is sell. Content marketing is soft sell. Okay? Content marketing, social media, that kind of posts, it's soft sell. Hard sell is an advert. And usually what I like to do, and you can do this, is you can create this journey for people who've never been exposed to your branding. You can start with very soft sell content, promoting that to them. And those who have been exposed to your brand or maybe engaged with it, you can start to become a little bit more hard sell. And you can create almost like a little funnel, like a customer journey. So basically, depending on where they are with engaging with your brand, when it comes to your ads, you can actually start being pretty clever. Okay, so let's cover moving to the cloud. So I'm not going to go through that too much, but I hope that by now all your files are in the cloud. Please don't save anything on your laptop, please. I mean, one of my staff members' laptops crashed the other day. Laptops crash, they get stolen. So it's just not worth it. Put everything. We use Google Drive for everything. So we love Google Drive. But there's Microsoft, there's Dropbox, there's lots of different options. So if you haven't already put everything in the cloud, move it to the cloud now. Especially with all the hacking and the phishing that's happening, it's pretty scary. Okay, so ClickFunnels, I kind of alluded to that a little bit, but basically what a ClickFunnel is, so this is more for your higher grade marketers, is it's a click-based journey. So basically once somebody clicks, they get this, and once they do that, then they get this. So you can set up ClickFunnels using lots of different software out. Your own ClickFunnel literally on clickfunnels.com. There's a couple of different options. And ClickFunnels basically helps you to create a digital journey for your customers using so if they watch this webinar, then they get these emails, and if they click on the emails, then they get this set of emails, and if they watch that, then they get this. So it's this whole integrated thing. Content creation we have covered, I think, in a bit of detail now. So I do want to encourage you to think about what is your live or your webinar strategy. So how can you share your knowledge exactly in this manner as we're doing now? So how can you show people how to interior decorate their houses? And if you say to me, well, if I show them how to do that, then they won't need me. But it's not the case. So I just quickly want to say, and we're going to wrap up very, very quickly. I quickly want to say that not everyone's your customer. Not everyone is your customer. Let's say only 4 to 10% of people who engage with your brand will ever buy from you. The rest are just lurkers. They might do it themselves, or they're using somebody else, or they're not ready to buy. So give away a lot of your intellectual property for free. And those who want to be your customer will say, I want to work with this person and this person only because I like their style, and I like their style because I watched their video and I was on their webinar or their Facebook Live, and I really like what they're about. Okay, so if you have followed the blog that we're kind of going through in terms of future-proofing your business by going digital, point number 6 is technology. So I'm not going to go through that in too much detail, except to say WhatsApp is a great way of staying in touch with your customers. I have clients who run their entire business operation using WhatsApp. And these are big brands, small brands and big brands that literally, they understand the power of WhatsApp, not to spam, but to impart information that people want to receive. Webinars, social media, Hootsuite, live video. So Facebook groups, very, very quickly, are the future. Facebook pages are the past. What is the difference? A Facebook page is not the greatest way to connect with customers. But a Facebook group is a very powerful way to connect with customers. The beauty of a Facebook group is that you can make small groups for each different customer segment, and you can create, so it becomes a little tribe or a community that are inside this group, and it's highly engaged. And so Facebook groups, I want to ask you, what is your Facebook group strategy? How can you create a coffee lovers group? How can you create a perfume lovers group, Annabella, for fragrance boutique? So how can you create a farming group, Monet, for Afgri? So how can you create a small group, emerging farmers group, or your big commercial farmers group? And there you share information and you make it this really fun place for people to be a part of your community. So I hope that you found this session helpful. On Thursday, we're going to go through social media platforms. So we had a poll that was running. And what came out of the poll is that it's very important for people to understand LinkedIn and YouTube. I think everyone's got the other platforms kind of nailed. So we're going to spend a little bit of time going through LinkedIn and YouTube and the other platforms on Thursday. But you're welcome to pop us a message on this. Any other topic that you want us to cover, we are giving away as much information as we can. So the beginning sessions are going to be quite high level, and we're going to start going deeper and deeper and deeper into more specific knowledge and information sharing. Like, comment, and subscribe. You can see I've been watching too much YouTube. My kids have been watching too much YouTube. Like, comment, and subscribe. And do remember to turn on notifications. Amazing to you guys, and please I hope to see you on Thursday, where we're going to go deeper into some social media topics. So if there's anything you want us to cover, we're going to carry on doing these live sessions. Let us know and we will cover that. I hope you have a blessed day. Thank you so much for joining us.